I love getting to meet new people, but there's also times when I really dread it. And overcoming that dread can be an uphill battle, but there's ways to do it.
The foundation for social connection defines social connection as relating to feeling close and connected to others. And that's influenced by the functions of these relationships and whether they positively or negatively affect your well-being. In terms of mental health, participating in social networks can be both comforting and overwhelming. Too much or too little of it leaves you feeling drained or isolated, respectively.
So, for college students and young professionals who are constantly connected through various channels, why do we still feel disconnected?
How I perceive connection, it's harder than ever. Once you are in the real world, quote unquote, with the taxes and having to pay bills, having to get housing, rent, you don't really have that time to connect.
Now, raise your hand if you've ever been too tired from your 9 to 5 to go out or really do anything after work.
Here in the US, we have a 5-day work week, leaving only 2 full days for your own leisure.
But typically during those 2 days, I'm running errands or tending to responsibilities that I couldn't get to during the work week. And if I'm not burnt out by the end of all that, then maybe I'll try to hang out with a friend. Otherwise, I'm going to sleep.
So it kind of creates this feeling of the need to constantly grind. You can't have free time. You have to fill it up with something. Either you go find a leadership role on campus, or you go do like coffee chats on LinkedIn, get those 500 plus connections, things like that. And it's more prominent mainly because you're surrounded by everyone who feels the same thing. So everyone's going through it, everyone's struggling, and you definitely feel it.
The most commonly cited barrier to connection is a lack of opportunity. How we use that bit of opportunity, if any, becomes very important.
You have to know yourself. What helps you de-stress? What doesn't help you de-stress? What brings you more stress? If you're an introvert, you prefer maybe spending time alone, and that's how you de-stress, that's how you wind down. Where on the flip side, if you're an extrovert, you have to be with friends, or like, I have to talk with someone right now. Like I can't be alone. So yeah, there are times where like, I'm gonna go yap, I'm gonna go talk with my friends and things like that. But a lot of the times when I've had a long day or a long week, I just need to be alone. Like I don't want to have dinner with my friends. I don't want to go out to a party. I just want to be in my room alone.
So I've taken the time to rest, and now I'm ready to go out there and meet some people and hang out with friends. The problem now is I'm really awkward and I don't know where to start.
Something I recommend is just finding a hobby, something that is your safe space, something that is just fully just you. If you mention these things like your hobbies, like, oh, I crochet, I play the guitar, perhaps they have an interest as well similar to that.
Activities are always a great way to break the ice.
It's less stressful on the interaction to stay alive if you're doing something together. Even just mentioning an interest or passion can put you on common ground to start a connection. The key here is to lessen any pressure that comes with social connection.
I finished just talking to a friend, but it's been a month and a half. But in just talking to that person today, it felt like we've never been apart. Like that's the connection that I think we all should seek. Not that daily, day after day talking, but that they come back and feel like you've never missed a beat.
If you already have a network and now you're like farther away, you're at college, you're in like completely opposite side of the country, for instance, and now you have to immerse yourself in a completely different setting with new people. I do think you should continue to lean in on the support system that you already have back at home. But that's not to say I think your support network that you're used to having should be your only support network. Some people are better at supporting you in some ways than others are. And so being able to diversify your network in college, I think, is important.
Consider the quality of the relationships rather than the quantity, and recognize those connections that mean the most to you. Nurture them by showing some appreciation. Mutual gratitude goes a long way in keeping connections alive.
see things in a bigger picture, that you no longer are in your own bubble, but you understand the world around you, that you understand that, hey, I have people who rely on me, people who can I can rely. So your mental health is not only yourself, it now has become community.